I have a tendency to rush through projects just to move on to the next one and then rush through that one. But this time I decided to slow down and just take a second and figure out what little tweak I could do to this to just make it extra special, I guess. On top of this build, I've been getting ready for my Halloween party. If you watch this channel, you know that I throw a huge Halloween party every year. And one part that never makes it into these videos is the yard work and all the cleanup that we have to do around the property before we have 100 to 150 people over. One problem spot that I couldn't ignore anymore was our old fire pit out in the back. My first thought was I'd just clean it up and throw a couple lawn chairs around it and move on with my life. But then something really cool happened. I reached out to Dickies clothing to see if they were interested in collaborating with me, and without hesitation, they sent me a whole box of their new trade-built clothing line. I was shocked. I grew up skateboarding, and Dickies was kind of the look. We would go to the local thrift stores and dig through all the bins looking for old work shirts with somebody else's name on it. So of course I had to order a patch in the same style and put it on my new Dickies shirt. Die trying. Alright, let's move on to the bench. I got these three 16-foot 2x10s from my neighbor that he wanted gone. They sat behind my workshop like all the other junk wood I have for a few weeks, and then when this whole Dickies collaboration came up, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. First thing I had to do was break down all of this wood with my circular saw into some more manageable pieces. Then I could square everything up on my miter saw and table saw. I rarely draw any plans out. I usually just have everything planned in my head and hope that it works out. Which can be a little risky when you're working with a bunch of free wood, because if you run out and then you have to use some other free wood, a lot of times they don't match because some is more aged than others, and you can end up with a really weird looking project. So fingers crossed I don't run out. Quick side note on these pans. They've got this angled cargo pocket that sits really high up. You can actually reach it, and it's a large enough pocket that you can store large amounts of stuff in it. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but if you're mid-build and you're looking for something and it's right there on your side pocket, it's nice to have. Alright, so the first thing I was going to have to put together was the legs. I wanted to get that look of a half lap joint without all the extra work. So I made kind of like a fake version. By overlapping all the layers like you can see here, it just makes for a stronger set of legs. Strong and simple, and it's got that chunky 4x4 look, which I personally like. The kids jumped in here, they wanted to help, which I always love. A couple pairs of safety glasses, and they just helped me drive some screws in to finish off these legs. Once they took off to head out to a party, I added the stretchers across the bottom. And this right here is where I started to get the idea to do one of those extra features for the kids. I didn't want to waste any time trying to figure out what a good seat angle would be, so I cut one of these boards to 14 inches and the other one to 12.5, I think, and just kind of eyeballed it to make sure that was the angle I was looking for. Then I could lay my 2x4 across these, as you can see here, and just screw it right into those side legs. I did the same thing on the opposite side just to make sure that it lined up perfectly. And now we have our angle for our seat all laid out and ready to go. And for the armrest, I just rounded over the corners so it would be a little bit more comfortable and screwed it right on from the top. For the backrest, I just cut everything straight so that it would match the tilt of the seat. Quick little tip here, sand everything before you assemble your projects. This way you don't have to try to wrestle with the whole thing later and try to get into all the small corners and stuff. I sanded afterwards too, but you want to get most of your sanding done beforehand. It just makes for an easier project in the end. With the arms done, it was time to start slatting out the seats and the back. At this point, I only had one of the 2x10s left, and I still hadn't done that extra part for my kids. I cut all of these to length on the miter saw, just like I had all the other pieces, and then just simply screwed them down. I didn't use any glue for this project. I see sometimes people use outdoor glue for stuff like this, but I just find it unnecessary. This thing is super sturdy. I sat on it just to test it and rocked it back and forth, and I mean, there's no give at all. Once I was done screwing down all of the slats, I capped the edges to hide the end grain, and that was that. Now, here comes the little hidden features I was talking about. I decided to add a shelf underneath the bench. Nothing fancy, just a spot where I could put like the roasting sticks, bug spray, lighters, anything you don't mind leaving outside that might actually get wet. I was able to use some cut-offs from earlier, which was great because, like I said, I was running out of wood. Now on to my favorite part of this entire project. I ordered a set of these flip-up brackets. I figured I'd spent $0 on this entire project so far. I could spend $20 to grab these brackets. So with a couple more boards, I made these little side tables that pop up and lock into place. It gives each one of my children their own spot to keep their own stuff on while we're sitting out by the fire. But honestly, the kids aren't always out at the fire. I find myself out there alone sometimes, and it's a perfect spot for a cold beer. When you're done, you can flip them down and they're out of the way. I love stuff like that. Makes the project feel like a Transformer or something. Alright, so the last job was just fixing up the fire pit itself, and honestly, it was a disaster. Broken benches, trash, nails and stuff in the fire pit itself, stones all over the place. So I just tore everything down and got rid of it. My neighbor told me he had an old fire pit at his house that he didn't want anymore, and I went and checked it out. The stones were way better, and it had one of those fireplace insert ring thingies. So I grabbed all that stuff, hauled it over to my house, and reset up a new fire pit, which looks so much better. I really wish I had enough wood to build 2 of these benches, but unfortunately I barely had enough to make one. So maybe sometime in the future I'll make another one matching it. But as for now, we'll live with the one and a couple lawn chairs, and it looks 1,000 times better, so I can't complain. Dickies also sent me a whole bunch of other stuff, including this jacket, which I absolutely love, and it's perfect for this fall weather. This simple little project cleaned up my yard and gave me a bench where I feel like I can hang out with the family, which is perfect. Big shout out to Dickies for all the free gear. Go down into the description of this video and click the link to go check it out. They got some great stuff over there. So thanks to them, and thanks to all of you for watching. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Run out of plate.
So I feel like almost. Can you blow this out? Ideas. Oh gosh.
One with one and one with another.
Okay. Bye. See you again, and have a good dream.